Singapore. A name synonymous with modernity, wealth, and efficiency. The Lion City, they call it. A beacon of Asian dynamism, gleaming with skyscrapers and pulsating with energy. Tourists flock to its pristine streets, marveling at its futuristic gardens by the bay. But beneath this polished veneer lies a complex reality, a tapestry woven with both dazzling achievements and hidden struggles. This is the story of Singapore's duality. Singapore's reputation for cleanliness is undeniable. Spotless streets, gleaming sidewalks, and efficient waste management are immediately apparent. The city's founder, Lee Kuan Yew, envisioned a green and clean Singapore. His vision became reality through strict laws and public awareness campaigns. Littering invites hefty fines. Chewing gum? Practically banned. This orderliness extends beyond cleanliness. Public transportation runs like clockwork. Crime rates are remarkably low. It's a city that seems to function with almost mechanical precision. Yet, beneath the surface of this affluent society, pockets of poverty persist. Singapore, often celebrated for its economic success and modern infrastructure, hides a stark reality that many are unaware of. The glittering skyscrapers and bustling streets mask the struggles of a significant portion of the population. Elderly Singaporeans, struggling to make ends meet, collect cardboard boxes for meager earnings. These individuals, who have contributed to the nation's growth, now find themselves in a daily battle for survival. Their stories are often overlooked, their hardships unseen by the majority. Low-wage workers, often in essential services, grapple with the high cost of living. These workers, who are the backbone of the city, face immense financial pressure. Despite their crucial roles, they earn barely enough to cover basic necessities, let alone save for the future. These are not the images typically associated with Singapore. Tourists and even locals are often unaware of the extent of poverty that exists. The city's image as a wealthy, thriving metropolis overshadows the reality of those living on the margins. They exist in the shadows of towering condominiums and luxury boutiques. The stark contrast between the affluent and the impoverished is a daily reminder of the inequality that persists. While some enjoy the comforts of modern living, others struggle to find a place to sleep. The government provides some social safety nets, but they are often seen as insufficient. Programs aimed at alleviating poverty do exist, but they fall short of addressing the root causes and providing long-term solutions. Many feel that more needs to be done to bridge the gap, leaving many to navigate the challenges of poverty largely unseen. The struggle is real and ongoing, with many individuals and families working tirelessly just to get by. It's a hidden crisis that demands attention and action, reminding us that beneath the surface of prosperity, there are lives in need of support and compassion. Singapore's economic engine is fueled by a massive force of migrant workers. These individuals, often overlooked, are the backbone of many industries that keep the city-state thriving. From construction to domestic work, their contributions are immense and indispensable. They come from neighboring countries, drawn by the promise of a better life. Many leave behind their families, friends, and familiar surroundings, hoping to find opportunities that are scarce in their home countries. The journey is often long and arduous, filled with uncertainty and hope. They build the skyscrapers that define Singapore's skyline, clean the homes that provide comfort to its residents, and staff the restaurants that offer culinary delights. Their work is visible everywhere, yet their presence often goes unnoticed by the very people who benefit from their labor. Yet their lives are often marked by hardship, long hours, physically demanding tasks, and the constant pressure to meet deadlines take a toll on their health and well-being. Many suffer in silence, their struggles hidden behind the facade of a bustling city. They reside in cramped dormitories, separated from their families. These living conditions are far from ideal, often lacking basic amenities and privacy. The isolation and loneliness can be overwhelming as they navigate life in a foreign land with limited support. Their wages are low, and their rights are often limited. Despite their significant contributions, they face numerous challenges in securing fair treatment and adequate compensation. Labor rights protests highlight these issues, but change is slow and hard-fought. Singapore's economic success is intricately linked to these workers, yet their contributions often go unnoticed, their struggles brushed aside. It is crucial to recognize and address the challenges they face, ensuring that their rights are protected and their efforts acknowledged. Only then can we truly appreciate the full extent of their impact on our society. While Singapore prides itself on its multiculturalism, the city-state is often showcased as a harmonious blend of various cultures, ethnicities, and religions coexisting peacefully. The vibrant festivals, diverse culinary scene, and the rich tapestry of traditions are a testament to this multicultural ethos. However, beneath this colorful surface there lies a more complex and less harmonious reality. A current of xenophobia runs beneath the surface. This undercurrent is not always visible to the casual observer but is felt deeply by those who experience it. It manifests in subtle ways through social interactions, workplace dynamics, and even in public policies. Migrant workers, despite their contributions, are often the most affected. These individuals, who come from various parts of Asia, play a crucial role in building and maintaining the city's infrastructure. They work long hours in demanding conditions, yet their efforts are frequently overlooked. They often face prejudice and discrimination. This can be seen in the way they are treated in public spaces, where they are sometimes ignored or even shunned. The social divide is stark, with migrant workers often living in separate quarters and having limited interaction with the local population. This is particularly evident in the housing market. The segregation is not just social but also physical. Housing policies and market practices often make it difficult for foreigners to find suitable accommodation. Foreigners face restrictions on buying property, with certain areas and types of housing being off-limits to non-citizens. This creates a sense of exclusion and reinforces the barriers between locals and foreigners. Renting can be a challenge as well. Many landlords are hesitant to rent to non-Singaporeans, citing various reasons ranging from cultural differences to concerns about property maintenance. Landlords sometimes refuse to rent to non-Singaporeans, perpetuating a sense of exclusion and otherness. This not only affects the individuals looking for housing, but also contributes to a broader societal divide. The feeling of being an outsider is a common experience for many foreigners in Singapore. This sense of exclusion can lead to feelings of isolation and alienation, making it difficult for them to fully integrate into the society. The government has taken steps to address these issues, implementing policies aimed at promoting integration and reducing discrimination. Initiatives such as community events and public awareness campaigns are part of these efforts. But the reality on the ground suggests that integration remains a work in progress. While there are positive signs of change, much work remains to be done to break down the walls of xenophobia and build a truly inclusive society. Singapore is a country governed by laws, many of which are strictly enforced. This has undoubtedly contributed to its safety and order. However, it has also led to a society where freedom of expression can be curtailed. Public protests require permits, and dissent is not always tolerated. Chewing gum, graffiti, and even feeding birds are subject to fines. While proponents argue that these regulations are essential for maintaining order and harmony, critics view them as excessive and stifling. Perhaps one of the most unexpected aspects of Singapore is its approach to sex work. Prostitution is legal, but heavily regulated. Designated areas are allocated for brothels, and sex workers must undergo regular health checks. This pragmatic approach aims to minimize the negative social consequences often associated with the sex trade. However, it also raises ethical questions about the commodification of bodies and the vulnerability of women in such a system. Singapore's success story is undeniable. It has transformed itself from a small island nation to a global economic powerhouse. However, this prosperity has come at a cost. The pressure to succeed is immense. The education system is highly competitive. The cost of living is one of the highest in the world. This relentless pursuit of economic growth has led some to question whether Singaporeans have sacrificed a degree of individual freedom and happiness for the sake of collective progress. Singapore is a city of contradictions. It is a place where gleaming skyscrapers cast shadows on the struggles of the less fortunate, where order and efficiency coexist with a tightly controlled social environment, where economic success is intertwined with the exploitation of migrant labor. Singapore's story is a reminder that progress is rarely linear or without its complexities. To truly understand this lion city, one must look beyond the dazzling facade and confront the multifaceted realities that lie beneath.